Dean Saunders.
Evening, Jace.
How are you?
Very good, yeah. I just watched that game there. We both watched it together, didn't we? Forest against Leicester, or the other way around. Leicester against Forest. Leicester were at home. And I've got to say, Leicester battered them.
They did. I was going to ask how you are, mate. I mean, we normally have a little...
I'm all right.
You don't want to you want to get straight into it. I know how you are.
It's enough about me.
I've been sitting with you for the last couple
Let's
of
talk
hours.
about me. There's nothing. That's enough. What do you think of me?
No, I was going to ask how
That's
you
enough
are.
about me. Let's talk about you.
No, don't want to talk about me. Should we just get straight into it?
Yeah, let's go straight into the football. Let's get straight into the Nottingham Forest Leicester game.
Okay, so this was billed as El Sacico. I mean, the two bottom sides in the Premier League. Only 1 point for Leicester going into this. They were at home. A lot of people in the office, in fact, Luke of the Arsenal, the Gooner, said he fancies Leicester to batter Forest. I wasn't quite sure I saw it that way, but my God, they did. Forest, Steve Cooper, I know there's been a lot of signings coming in, just over £100 million or there or thereabouts. Lingard, by the way, Dean Saunders has got an opinion on Lingard. It's not that pretty. 03717 2233 but it was an emphatic victory. Brendan needed that, Dino. He absolutely needed that. But where do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk Forest or Leicester?
Well, Leicester, 7, if they'd lost tonight, was it 7 on the bounce?
Yeah,
or they lost 7 on the bounce?
Yeah, so they haven't won.
They needed
it's the first
a
win this season.
Yeah, and they've run into a Forest, I can't say a Forest team, because they're not a team. And that's the problem at the moment. Steve Cooper, who's done a magnificent job getting them promoted.
Is it a season too soon, though? Is it one of them? Does it feel a bit like he done too well?
No, they've just messed it up. Again, I'm sorry to say after the event, but signing 22 players, and you can say all you like, we lost 18 players, which they have. Has Steve Cooper signed them 22 players?
Well, I don't know, mate.
I'm telling you now, he hasn't.
Right.
He has not signed them 22 players.
Well,
not a chance.
Okay, so it has to surely be a joint decision between the look. A lot of players left, whether on loan, out of contract. There's a lot of players that moved on last season, and I just wondered, Forest really last season when Steve Cooper took over from Chrissy Houghton? Okay, let's go over. We've got Patson Daka, Sam Matterface at the King Power.
Yes, Patson Daka is with me after scoring in a 4-0 victory for Leicester against rivals Nottingham Forest. Obviously, you saw some of the match from the bench tonight and then came on and made an impact. What did you view of the performance? What did you think of it?
It was an unbelievable performance, something that you want to see and to be a part of. I think from the word go, we showed how much we wanted the victory tonight, and I think it was also a great atmosphere from the fans. They pushed us from the word go. They believed in us, and I think it helped us a lot. And watching from the bench, it was just something that you're always like, oh, I want to go in, and yeah, it was amazing.
Yes, your eyes must have been lighting up with the chances that your team were creating, and then they created one for you, and boy, did you light up the stadium. What a fabulous finish. Was that what you were expecting to happen?
Not really. As a player or as a striker, you dream about scoring goals and this and that, but it won't happen at that very day. And to be honest, I didn't think I was going to score that goal. I was imagining just something else in my mind, and I think at the end of the day, every goal is special. For me, especially as a striker, it gives you more confidence, and I'm happy to have contributed something to the team again tonight.
How important was it, bearing in mind the results that the team had up until tonight, to win this game and win this game emphatically?
Yeah, it's not just any other game. It was a derby, and we know how important it is for us, for the fans. To get a win tonight, I think it's something that we really wanted, because we knew that we have a long way to go, and this was a first step for us to what we want to achieve. So getting the victory tonight, I think, something that gives us confidence going forward.
Did you feel you needed to put a performance in like that as a group? Did you need to put a performance in that to help the manager out, because he's been under pressure?
Well, the pressure, to be honest, is on everyone. We as the players, the manager can do everything he has to do to prepare us, but if we don't show up at the game, then it's difficult. So we knew how important and how much pressure everyone has, including us, the players. We had to turn up tonight and make sure we get a positive result, and I think that's what we showed tonight.
After scoring a goal like that in a derby, you'll go down in Leicester folklore. I think they'll call that manoeuvre, that little backheel flick, the Daka from now on. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers, Sam. That was Leicester striker Patson Daka talking about the backheel. Brilliant finish, instinctive, and it just summed up what was a miserable night for Nottingham Forest, but a brilliant night's work for Leicester City. 03717 223344. Should we go to the lines, Dino? Yeah?
Yeah, let's go and speak to some Forest
Let's
fans.
go and speak to... Oh, you want to speak to Forest fan, Carl? Here we go. Paul is the first caller of the evening, the first call of the week. Paul, good evening.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, mate.
Good evening, lads.
How are you feeling, Paul?
Well, you know, it's like a kick in the nether regions every time. And after the euphoria of last season, it's, you know, back down to earth, and probably they're not Premier League standard, unfortunately. I think Brennan Johnson isn't. Gibbs White might be. He done a little few nice things tonight, but the rest of them, and as for Lingard, I don't think his heart's in the game at all.
Don't get Dean Saunders talking about Lingard. In fact, no, we will. We will get Dean Saunders talking about Lingard in a second.
Because he's an experienced Premier League player. I mean, he's got a lot of experience in the Premier League. He should be doing a lot better for Forest than he's doing. It seems that he's just but running about the pitch, and he's serving no purpose to himself or the club. And
Paul, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about the manager, Cooper, right? Who's done a brilliant job. When he came in, I'm guessing his remit was get us out of the bottom three, get us as high as up the table as we possibly can, and build for next year. Looking at and a lot was made of how many transfers, and as Dean just alluded to, 22 players, a huge amount, you know, over £100 million on that, big wages. I just wondered, did last season come maybe a season too soon for Forest? They've not quite been ready for it, prepared for it, or had any time to deal with the magnitude of getting back in the Premier League?
I think maybe it's 2 seasons too soon. I think what they should have done, had they have lost to Huddersfield, Huddersfield, they should have, obviously they couldn't have kept the loan signings, and probably Samba would have been off. So they would have probably had a season of kind of mid-table mediocrity, and then try to build, some half-decent players coming in, and then maybe the season after try and really go for it. Try and build up a stable team of, of permanent players instead of loans. I think what done them is the loans players last year. They, 5 of them, and they done ever so well with them, but they couldn't keep them, even if they, when they did come up, they couldn't keep them. So